Hey guys, it's time I do a bag check. You guys haven't seen what's going on here. I did a recent one in Tahoe, but we're gonna go through all these clubs and I'll show you what my specs are. I don't know the lofts and lies, that's too specific, but we're gonna start out at the bottom of the bag. I'm testing out these new Callaway Opus SP wedges. I literally just hit about 20 balls each with both of these. I like them, they're pretty good. I'm still gonna have to prove their way into my bag, but all my irons will go straight to the shaft. Nippon Modus NS Pro. I use the 105s. Everyone's shocked to see that I use the 105s instead of the 115s. For whatever reason, I used to play, a high launch, X100 high launch, which was a similar feel to me. So that's throughout all the irons that have a steel shaft in it. I've got my old wedges here, Callaway Opus. You can see they're rusted. I love a rusty finish on a wedge. The 60 degree and the 56 head that I have, 60 is an 8 bounce with a C grind. It's the same in these new SP wedges from Callaway. But my 56 degree is an S grind with 12 degrees of bounce. So that's how I do my bounce. I don't switch a lot. Some guys go to the British Open and change their bounce lower, change the grind. I'm not one for switching. So I keep that pretty standard wherever I play, and I'll just adjust my technique. So as we go up in the bag, you'll see these really cool 10 and 11 irons for those South Africans out there. This is Pollard over here, number 10. Rugby fans will know who he is. Number 11, Habana. Another great golfer, I mean right winger for South Africa. But yeah, wedges, strange to see a number on there. It just means a pitching wedge and a gap wedge. I'm used to it by now, but it freaks out some players when they're trying to peek in my bag and go, what club is it? He's hitting a 10 iron? What club is that? So keeps the guys on their toes. I run all the way up there. So the iron head I have here is an Apex TCB, Callaway iron obviously. 11, 10, 9, 8, all the way up to a 4 iron in that TCB head. Now, the only difference with the 4 iron is it has a graphite shaft in it. So same head, but you'll see the black shaft here. That is a Mitsubishi 105 TX. So I don't know much about this shaft being put in an iron. I do know they use it for irons and hybrids and stuff at the top of the bag, but I really enjoy this. It gives me a little more height, overall height in my golf ball. Spin numbers, I'm not sure how it correlates to a steel shaft, but I know I'm trying to get as high as I can with the 4 iron because I typically have a boring low flight, not boring in fall asleep, but boring as in low. So 120 feet, 125 feet I can get up with this thing. Normally with the old graphite or steel shaft, I couldn't hit it that high. So that's super helpful. And then my 3 iron, I changed the head here. Now I go to Callaway Apex Pro. This is the 24 model. It's a little beefier. You can see here it's got a little more space behind it, a little more mass. Miss hits, go a little further, a little straighter, and it's that same Mitsubishi shaft in here, the UT 105 TX. And that's the boring stuff. That's the irons out of the way. No one cares about the irons, right? All you guys want to know about is the woods. What do I have here in the woods? So you can see 4 head covers right now. I've got a driver, 2 mini drivers, and my 5 wood. So what we'll do is go to the 5 wood first. This is old technology. Yeah, Callaway is awesome when it comes to tour players. They don't push us. They don't tell us we have to use the newest stuff. They make it available to us. They give us a private fitting. Give it a try. If it doesn't beat your current gamer, as we refer to it, we're not going to force you into it. So I'm still using last year's 5 wood, the Paradigm AI Smoke. I love the setup. 18 degree head. I think I might have tweaked that a little bit weak. So that is probably 19 and a half actual. And I'm using a Ventus 8 TX by Fujikura. And then while I'm staring at the grip, it's a Golf Pride grip, Z grip. That's actually a funny story of how I ended up in this grip. I was in South Africa. I used to use, I can't even remember the old, it was a BCT Tour Velvet, which has a little bit of cord in it. Guys ripped off my grips, about to play a Pro-Am in 2 hours. I come back an hour later to hit balls and there's no grips on it. I'm like, what's going on? Oh no, we ran out of your grips. Which grips do you want to try this week? So you told me I could re-grip them. So scrambling, what do you do? I went to this one. Someone just suggested try this grip and I've been in it for about 8 or 9 years now. So thanks for that mishap, but I really love these grips. Similar, or let's say not much of a taper throughout the shaft. That's why I really like it. So thick in the butt and then it sort of thins down a bit early on and it stays very similar throughout. So these grips are on all my irons, all my drivers, and we'll move to the next one now. Actually, we won't move there because my South African flag is this is probably the most cherished thing in my bag. It's been with me like 4 or 5 years now. South African company made it. I've tried to contact them again. No response. So if you guys get the message on Instagram, whoever it was that made this, I would really like another one. Let's put that away for now. So I've got 2 mini drivers in here right now. I've got the old tech and the new tech. So the old one is AI Smoke again. I've got an 11.5 degree mini driver. It's 340 cc's, so quite a large head for a 13, 14, 15 degree club, but I've really enjoyed using this club. Many guys used it last year and I thought, why are they all using it? Until I tried it, I was not a believer, but now I am. I've got two options off the tee. So this guy, same shaft, we're sticking with the Ventus 7TX by Fujikura. You'll notice typically what shafts should do in a normal progressive set is your 5 wood is going to be the heaviest shaft. Then as you move down into the longer clubs, 7 means 70 grams. So the 8 means 80 grams, 7 means 70. And then the driver in here is a 6TX. So that's a normal progression for those of you that are new to golf and don't understand everything. But I keep my setting in NS in the mini driver. I believe in my driver it's N-1, so a couple different settings there. Nothing crazy on the weights here. I haven't messed with any glue. Normally when I was on the PGA Tour full time, we'd put some glue in there and really try and get that center of gravity to where I wanted it to. This is just a standard head. Weights in the back, weights in the front. I messed with those on my own and I found a really good setup in this mini driver. I will actually do a little comparison to the new Elite mini driver. I really want to try this one. Slightly different head and I want to see if it can beat, performance-wise, beat that AI Smoke. So this one I have in the bag right now, Callaway Elite mini driver 11.5. Same setup. I'm not sure how many cc's this is. I would hazard a guess and say it's a little less than that one, 330 maybe, 325. They've got 3 weight ports on the back here. I've got it set in NS. I may mess with that when I test it out today, but same old shaft, Ventus 7TX, and slightly different shape of the head here. If I show you, you can compare them. This one has more of a pear shape. This one is a little more, I don't know, sharper. I'm not sure what to call it, but this face is also a little bit deeper on the Elite head. So I'm gonna have to adjust for that visual as I hit today and make sure that my eyes appreciate it and feel confident over the ball. But now for the club that everybody wants to see. Everyone wants to know what driver you have. Luckily I have a brand new head cover. It's nice and sparkly, but we have Callaway Elite. So this is just the standard head. So many tour players have the fancy triple diamond, the this, the low spin. Your boy just went to plain and simple, vanilla, easy. So I tested out in November of 2024. It beat my AI Smoke hands down. This head was way straighter, way tighter dispersion. I was super happy with it. I almost tried to put it in play before it was legal. So they sent me with it to South Africa. The Sun City tournament, NetBank Challenge, was the first one when it became legal. And I'd been practicing it the week before, but first guy to put it in the bag over on the European Tour, and it's been really helpful this year. It's still the exact same driver I had back in November. So coming up on 7 months now and still going strong. Passed 2 driver tests, so the face is still legal, everything's good. Setting NS, I lie, it's not N-1, it's NS. So new head, new setting, I don't even know what I have on here. And the weight port's in neutral. So 9 degree head, they've spec'd it out, it's probably a little different, 9.5, 9.7. The tour heads, they know exactly what spec they're set up in. You guys buy it from the store, it may say 9 on it, but it's probably 9.5, maybe even 10, maybe 8.9. So that's the only difference between tour heads and the heads that you buy in the store. They will measure it, comes from the same factory, guys. If you don't get special stuff from different factories, same factory, they put it on a machine that measures the face, measures the angle of it, so they know. Yeah, besides that, nothing fancy. Shaft is the same. Here we got a 6TX, as I explained that progression, Ventus Fujikura, all stacked. And then the putter, I guess that's also an interesting one. You guys might want to know what I'm using. I've got an AI1 milled face here. This is kind of an old putter, 1.5 years, 2 years old. So Odyssey AI1 milled 11T. And I've got a crank neck on this one. So I recently switched from a slant neck. So slant neck has a metal piece that just kind of bends back a little bit, much shorter than this. Crank neck, I don't know where it comes from, but there has a little kink here, or a crank, maybe that's it, and then it goes down into the face. So I was looking for a little less face rotation through impact, and this putter gave that to me. Super happy with it. I've had this head for about 2.5 years now, so not much changing there. I did a custom little color campaign on this. Half a line here or a quarter line here with a black bit of paint, and then on the inside rails I have white with silver. I've used a lot of 2-ball putters typically with Odyssey, so this visual gives me a lot of the same feel as a 2-ball. Just a visual on top that's ball width and nice mallet putter. I haven't switched out of a mallet in about 6 years since I signed with Callaway and with Odyssey, so I'm not gonna stick, or not gonna go away from this. I will be sticking with this putter. You can see some of the strike points here. I use a ball that has triple track on it, so when the red line gets hit in the middle, turns the face a little bit red. But yeah, nothing crazy about this. The other cool thing, Garson, look at this grip. So this Garson grip has a weird little V shape in it. And for me, the real important thing there is it gets my hands and my forearms in a very comfortable position. So if I step back here, you can see when I stand, my forearms, they tend to rotate a little open like this. Everybody's different. Some hands turn in like this, mine typically rotate open. So when I used to use a pistol grip or a flat-sided grip on top, I always struggled to put my fingers on top like this and get comfortable. This grip, there is no top. You can't really put your fingers along the sharp line. So you have to go sort of along the side to meet each other. So when I just stand normally, my coach Jay always tells me, stand like a gorilla, bend over, nice hanging arms, bring your hands together. Look what happens. My fingers sit together really neatly. So I just imitate that on the grip. I just let my hands come together, and look here, I've got a right thumb and a left thumb that are adjacent to each other, not on top of each other. That way my fingers interlock really easily. I actually put my thumb down the side of the shaft chair, and I'll grip these fingers in tight just to make sure that whole system is locked together. If you have any sort of breakage in here, you can move those hands around and it's gonna get the face angle messed up. So that's my grip, thumbs alongside of each other. And Bernie Garson, PJ Tour, shout out Bernie for bringing this to me. It's really helped my putting, and I feel super confident holding this putter now with this grip. I think that's about it on the club side here. Nothing else besides maybe some training aids that I don't have right now in the bag, thankfully, because there's too much going on. But let's go through a few pockets here. We'll go in the top pocket. Okay, boring, we got gloves. I've got a rangefinder here. This Callaway rangefinder, really good. I've used probably 3-4 different brands over the years, and this baby is awesome. You've got the tournament mode, so that's, I don't actually know, green and red. Red is tournament mode, no slope, green is slope. But yeah, it's got a little magnet hold on this side. Magnet can stick on the golf cart. I don't use it because I'm scared I'm gonna lose it or leave it on the golf cart. But shoot modes, it's got a little vibration in it. It's a really good product. I'm gonna put that away. Also in here I have, if you guys watch some videos where I don't sound really cool when I'm talking, this is a little bite guard that I have. So this thing's really important. I've had a lot of jaw and neck tightness over the last 2-3 years. So when I put this in, I sound a little weird, but it gives me the chance to bite down onto the back teeth, keep my mouth clenched without it sliding, moving, biting my teeth, and it's meant to align my jaw a whole lot better and just give me more power, more consistency, and take away that tension in the jaw and the neck. So that's something I use when I'm training, especially sometimes on the course. I go through stages. Beautiful pitchfork. This is a UT Golf Club pitchfork. I haven't moved from this in about 2-3 years now. It's a really fun divot tool, as other people like to call it. Just played in Tahoe, and such dry air up there. Small little bit of hand lotion. I was struggling with that up there. Lens cleaner. This was a gift from a caddy back in the day. Obviously, you know your boy always wears sunglasses on the course, so got to keep these lenses nice and clean. Cool little digital camo. His brother works for an optics company, so he got these really sweet digital camo. I love my army themed stuff, so that's a really fun tool to have. What do we have here? Oh, we got a wet wipe, we got a Band-Aid, and I've got a small little thing of sunscreen. And that rounds out this pocket. I guess we can leave it on the floor. It's gonna make for a much better video. 2 bands. Okay, so this band, during my warm-up, I use this one. Put it around my head like this, tie it to an anchor point, get the neck going, get the neck going. You might see that in some other videos if you've seen me use this orange one. This band, high point, I basically do a pull for the lat, right side of the body, and I use my hip. Basically tuck it under here and do a little hip distraction. The inside pocket should have T's in, it doesn't right now. I'm gonna fill up when I go play now, but I've got my little mini G brush. This thing is amazing. If you guys haven't seen this on me, you clearly haven't watched my videos because I'm always wearing it. So this guy clips off, it's got a little magnet. I typically just leave it on there and I bring the club head to it, brush, brush, brush. Save so much time, so much energy walking back to the bag, having to clean stuff. If I lose this, I'm gonna feel naked. It's basically my best friend when I'm hitting balls because I wanna make sure I have a clean club face such that I'm striking the ball, getting actionable numbers from my TrackMan, knowing that those numbers are correct with no little bit of grass and mud in between. Got a little, I'm gonna have to use this later on when I do my mini test, the spanner for the driver and the mini driver. And there's nothing left over there. We can spin it around. These are empty now because I just got through it. Thankfully, I unpacked my bag from the last trip, so nothing in the side pockets, but ooh, looky here. If you're out here for 2, 3, 5, 7 hours on the golf course, this is gonna help you a lot. I use this on the course, put in the cup holder, play some music. Yeah, if you don't have a speaker when you play golf, you're probably in the minority these days. There's some purists out there, but I am not one of them. Okay, then I've got my golf balls, obviously Callaway. We've got a Chrome Tour Plus, that's the softest ball that Callaway makes. You guys can't buy this in the store, I'm so sorry, but only a tour ball. It's got the triple track 360 on it, so they had to change up this design when they decided to go all 360 degrees of the ball. Next year they're going to be switching, no more 360, it's going to go back to a standard one, so I'm a-okay with that. I don't use the line all the time, but it will take some adjusting to see it. I really like the branding on this though. The Callaway sign is neat with that chevron, the numbers on the side, and then the make of the ball on the back. So your boy is stocked up there. We've got a Sharpie in the back here to sign some autographs if anybody ever wants one. And then I normally have my med kit in the back. I'm actually going through my med kit right now, but I have more band-aids, I have more painkillers, I've got an underactive thyroid, so I have my thyroid medicine in there in case I forget to take that in the morning, and just random other things that usually my playing partners and caddies end up taking, because I'm normally prepared and I have everything sorted, but guys get blisters. Hey, does anybody have this, that, my back hurts, anybody? So I'm usually supplying guys on the range from that med kit. And then this is my food bag right here, which doesn't have anything in because again, I got back from a trip and I've cleared the bag out, thankfully. Sunscreen, I'm a stickler for sunscreen as well. So usually I have 2 or 3. There was a small one in the front, there's a little one in the back that's almost finished now. But that's literally it. And then obviously everything is housed in this really cool Callaway tour bag. So color scheme this year is black and green. Elite is the name of the driver. I'm really intrigued to do a little quiz amongst reps on tour and players on tour to quiz the guys. The wording of Elite. If you're a Callaway guy, you go, oh, it's just Elite, they changed the spelling. There's something inside that, and I think I'm onto it. Maybe I'll get the video out before this, but Eli Callaway, E-L-Y. I think that's an homage to Eli Callaway, the guy that founded the company. So I'll have to speak to marketing and see if that's true, but that's my theory on the bag. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all that stuff. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I can get specific with lofts and lies and anything else that I change or dabble in, but I'm not one for switching. I hardly ever switch clubs in and out. Hopefully you got a lot of information there. I'm happy to share more of these if you guys have more questions, but time for me to go to practice, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.